Okay, so here we are in Manchester and somewhere in the greater Manchester area. It is time for us to be on your doorstep.
Well, we love getting out and about to find out what matters to you. This week, our North West of England reporter, Bradley Harris, is just 10 miles from where we are in the city centre. Bradley, very good morning to you. Lovely to see you and to be so close to you. Tell us where you are and what you're up to today.
Yeah, good morning both. I'm in the lovely market town of Altrincham. Over 50,000 people live here. I'm right in the centre of this place on the high street. Of course, it's raining because would I be in Greater Manchester if it wasn't? But I've got a coat on. I've come to hit the high streets to find out what matters to you, to chat to local business people, local residents who live here. Up and down the country, you often see high streets that are boarded up and shut up. This is one particular example of where a high street is thriving at the minute. It all started with the market. That's about a 5-minute walk in front of me, and it's trickled down to a high street. One place that's still doing fairly well is Grantee's Coffee House, and because it's wet, I'm going to knock on and see if the owner, Chris, is going to let me in. Morning, Chris. Do you mind if we pop in and have a quick chat? It'd be amazing to come and chat to you. It's much warmer in here. Chris, I just want to talk to you because, of course, one reason why we're in Altrincham is because we want to show off Manchester and Greater Manchester to many of our viewers and listeners who are joining us on GBNews. What is so special about Altrincham then? It's got the market, it seems to be doing really well. What's Altrincham's secret to success?
It's not always been its story. I mean, a few years ago, Altrincham was in a little bit of a worse estate, and the market came along. It was a little heartbeat for the town. And since then, it's really been invested in by a lot of independents, bars, restaurants, coffee shops, things like that. So, but what's the true secret to Altrincham is definitely the community. The community saw it go in one direction. They've seen it really uplift in a different direction, and the community have really, really supported that. So they're the key behind its success, definitely.
That's brilliant. And one of the big stories still at the moment is, of course, the cost of living. So many things going up at the minute. April is a big month as well. That's when those significant changes come into effect, and we're starting to see bills rising. What have you noticed having an impact? Are you having to really see the knock-on effect with your prices here in the shop, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we already started to see costs increasing through last year anyway, up to October, up to Christmas. This year, we're seeing obviously more increases through our suppliers, wages increasing, VAT's about to go back up, utility bills are rising. So we are starting to see prices increase on our menus. But it's about finding that sort of fine balance for everybody, because you don't want to put your prices too much. You have to sort of take a little bit of the punch, because you don't want your consumers who are, your customers, your guests who are also seeing the crunch at home. You don't want to make it too expensive for them to come out and enjoy that luxury. So it's a very fine line at the minute and a fine balance to try and find. But we are fighting, and they're trying our best for them.
Yeah, it's good that you are fighting. And there is a big squeeze at the minute on people's personal finances and running a business. Yeah. If this continues to rise, do you think that actually we might start to see some changes on this high street?
Yeah, that's the fearful truth, unfortunately. I think, as a lot of businesses are still fighting back from the struggle of COVID, so we're all trying to sort of rebuild our pots. So my fear is that not everybody will survive, but I would hope that the communities around them will support it like Altrincham has and keep the high streets going.